Our cup of joe today is important if your seller is going to be buying another home after their home sells. So let's talk about what that means. If they're purchasing a larger home, we're going to use that as an example because it's a great example. You want to create a financial pro forma that shows them exactly what's happening with both purchases rather than just the sale of their home. So let's use an example. Let's say the seller has to sell a $500,000 home, but they've got what they think is a 20% loss because of the fact that the market has dropped in value. The real estate market prices have dropped in value. So let's say that they're thinking about buying $1 million home. Well, most of the time, that purchase of a bigger home or more expensive home also is struggling to get the $1 million price. So in our example here, if they have to drop the price 20% on 500,000, they feel like they're losing $100,000. But you want to remind them that when they purchase a house that's $1 million, they can probably get it for the 20% off. And I know it's an extreme example, but it's a good example to make the point. $1 million times 20% is $200,000. So in their mind, they're losing 100,000, but in reality, they're going to make it up in the 200,000 and be $100,000 ahead when they purchase the new home. So that's something to think about. It's apples to apples because if the market's bad and down even 5% and they feel like they're going to lose 5%, well, they're making that up on a home that's more expensive. If, however, they're purchasing a smaller home, you don't want to bring this example up because actually they're not saving money. So something to think about. And if you're going to use this, you have to use the example on a yellow pad or print it out, because if it isn't in writing, it doesn't exist and it's not going to make sense for them. If, however, you do put it in writing, they'll be able to follow it and you can give it to them and they can't get it out of their head. Okay, lots of good stuff to come in the next couple of days.